Ladies and gentlemen, boys and grills, long time no see. ModzvilleUSA back with another video, and today we are going to be pimping the hell out of this switch Lite. Now we've got this Pico chip to pop in here, but we got a whole lot more. We actually have our hands on that new OLED kit. So we're going to be installing an OLED screen. We're going to be putting in some new housing. There's going to be Hall effect sticks added. It's getting the works. So yeah, this is going to be a doozy. Probably a long video. Now, for send-in services, link down below. Hit me up. If you any switch, pop a chip in, no problem. As far as the new OLED kits, I was starting to think they were vaporware for a minute. This is the first time one showed up on the bench, but they do exist, and we're going to be installing it. We're going to be seeing what's up, how cool it is. So yeah, let us start with the chip. I'm going to just shut up. I'm going to throw some music on, and we'll get this installed. Okay, just real quick before we get into it. The customer sent in the wrong chip. He sent in a core. That's for the V1s and V2s. I have a couple of these on hand. These are the Lite kits you want if you don't want to wire it manually with the nice Emmc Flex. You'll see what I mean when we get in here. These are beautiful like butter. It's the way to go for a switch Lite. These are the ones you want. I'll show you in a second. And one other thing for the send-ins here, strictly a soldering service. Do not do any software. That's on you. If you mention you want to pirate things when you reach out, I'm just going to ignore you, okay? Software's on you. I do the soldering. I do a good job. And that's that. So let's get into it. Hey, don't forget to check out ModzvilleUSA.com. I have plenty of chips and tools for your retro modding needs, and there are plenty of new doodads coming in very soon. If you're not comfortable with soldering, I offer a variety of send-in services. Just click the send-in tab, let me know what you want done, and I'll get back to you with a quote as soon as possible. Okay, so the preliminary testing here shows that I guess this might be a good candidate for a screen here, because this thing is totally fucked. Some screen damage. You only got a little square here of visibility. So hopefully that's just a damaged screen and not something more serious. But let's carry on. So just real quick, I would like to mention when it comes to removing the shield, a lot of people have a hard time with this, especially if you're new to working on a Nintendo Switch. The different models, I like to do it different ways due to small components next to these tabs that are easy to knock out of alignment here. These little 02011s, if you do this one, it's easy to knock one of these. You get all sorts of problems. So you only need to do 4 tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the Lite, I like to do 1, 2, 3, 4 to avoid accidentally knocking something over here. So that's what we're going to do. Did these 2. We'll do those 2 here. See it already coming up. Okay. I'm going to take our tweezers gently, bada bing, and then we're going to use our tweezers. Might as well do it now. I'm going to go ahead and flatten these out. So when we go to put it back on, it just snaps right back into place. All right. And one thing I always like to recommend too, when dealing with the stock thermal paste, you really want to start dry. You don't want to go dumping your IPA on this initially. You do that at the end for the last little bits to get it up, because with this thermal paste, if we came in here with a soaked tip with IPA, it just turns into this watery mess that just gets all over the place, and it's, you only make that mistake once. Always come in dry initially. Get as much as you can dry. Now with the other side. Now I want to hit it with the IPA and get the rest up. The most important thing here too is cleaning these bottom caps, because that's what we're soldering to. This guy and that guy. So as long as those guys are clean, we are good to go. All right. Okay, now what I like to do is pre-tin these guys. Makes it a little bit smoother. Just solder these in. There we go. Okay. So here we go. I want to start by locking it in. Cool. Alignment's looking good. I haven't done one of these on camera in a minute, man. I've honestly been going scope free with these for a while. Just have them so just have them kind of dialed in, you know? All right. Okay. Pretty good. I want to get a better joint. Okay, CPU Flex, nice and cleaned up. Big, nice joints. And little pro tip here. What really matters is this connection and that connection. These two are grounds. It's good to get them in there. But these are grounds, that's a ground, that's a ground. The most crucial thing is this pad and that pad. Let us carry on. Huge thank you to today's sponsor, PCBWAY. If you're in the market for some PCB manufacturing, CNC machining, 3D printing, or even PCB design, PCBWAY has you covered. If you're looking for a fun soldering project, check out the shared projects section. There's a ton of amazing DIY projects to pick from. Just pick a project, click add to cart, good to go. Click the link below to check out PCBWAY. It helps the channel and it's greatly appreciated. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, so we need to remove this whole section here. Always be careful with these connectors. I like to use my thumbnail. Be gentle. Real gentle. You knock one of these tabs off. hope you're good at surface mount soldering, because you're going to have to replace the connector. And I always like to put them down until I need to reattach it, just so it doesn't get knocked. It's just the smart thing to do. Now here's what I'm talking about with the Emmc Flex cable. Those black ones, some are okay. Most of them are like practically unusable because they just don't really go where they need to go. So I want to show you before we need to pre-tin the pads. But let's get a tight shot so I can show you what's going on with this guy. Okay. If everyone knows who designed this Flex, give them a shout out, because they really took this idea, took this design, and took it to a whole new level of perfection with this Flex. This Flex is awesome. So it's lined up pretty much perfectly right now. So you see this pad, that pad, that pad, this guy here for reset. So it completely covers the pads it needs to solder to. But it's got these really nice fine via holes in it, so the solder will essentially soak through and make that connection over the top. So we need to see what needs to be tinned here, which we can see right now, and lay it on top, flow it in, bada bing, bada boom. Love these Flex cables. Mwah. They're amazing. Okay, so we want the alignment as perfect as possible. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good. And I'm going to start with my chisel tip and just lock these two guys in at once. Okay, we got them bridged, that's fine. Okay. We get this guy. There we go. Look how nice that is. Look how dope that is. This flows right in. If you've used the other ones, the old Team Executor ones were pretty good. And then all the crappy clones of those were pretty not so good. Not so good at all. Alright, we got the chisel tip. We want to be careful of those resistors. We don't want to flow those off the board. Okay. Now we're going to lock in this ground. It's not 100% mandatory, but I like to do it. There we go. Make sure this is as flush as possible so the CPU shield doesn't have too hard of a time popping back on. And yeah, off camera I got a much nicer reset joint here. Just make sure you tin it real good, the pad on the main board, before getting it in, because this one can be a little annoying. And then be careful of accidentally flowing these resistors off. So next up, this is power. And what we got to do Fold this over. This guy comes over here. And this is our 3v3 line right here. And it connects to this very tiny 0201 component. So let's get this guy in here. First off, what's in this guy? So we're going to lock it in place. First, God, I hate wearing gloves. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, there she blows. That is all the soldering we need to do for the mod chip install, at least. So let's put her back together. Test her out. Okay, time for the shield to go back on. So cut it right here for the CPU cable to come out. Did it off camera, but what you do, you fold it up with your flush cuts. You just take some regular scissors, give it a nice snip. So pop this guy back on before connecting it to the mod chip itself. Otherwise, the cable gets all goofy. And we don't like goofy cables. I'm using MX4. A damn fine thermal paste. Okay. Now we hook up the mod chip and we're good to go. Okay, I've got everything hooked up. This is secured with double-sided tape. And I actually went ahead and reflashed this with the Pico 273 firmware. I know a lot of these chips that come from China have like a modified version of the Pico Fly firmware flashed to them. Who knows what's going on with that? So I always like to just, reflash these just in case there's something weird going on with the firmware. Who knows? use the legit stuff. So we'll turn it on here. The tweezers pop, and it should train and boot. It's a good sign. You see the white light, you know it's working. It's going to pulse a couple times. First time's usually the longest, and there we go. We booted. So now, unfortunately, only this section of the screen is working. But you can also double check here. I want to hit both volume up and volume down. And it should boot to official firmware, and we will know it did. Well, all right, we are in the OS here with a super fucked up screen. Would you look at that? Okay, so the mod chip install was a success. And this video is long enough, so this is going to be a multi-part series. Hopefully just one more episode. We'll do the screen as its own thing, but it's all chipped up, ready to go. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. It's in a couple days. You should be seeing the new OLED screen installation.